Hey guys, welcome to this episode of Pondering the Process, where we embark on a journey of discovery with some of the most creative minds in the community and explore the making of their latest projects. Today, we're discussing the work of Nigerian artist Pascal, who's presented us with an unusual but extremely interesting self-portrait piece for us to talk about. So without further ado, hello, good evening, Pascal. Nice to finally get to talk to you in person. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good.
So before we get started, though, I wanted to just thank you for supporting from back when we only had a small, dingy website and we're struggling with people to sign up and all those things. And you were one of the few people that were like, you know what, I'll give you guys a chance. So we've come this far because of people like you, so can't stress it enough. Thank you so much.
No, I really appreciate that. I appreciate the work you do. It's you need people that do the work you do. Really underrated.
Thank you. Like I said, people like you who have supported us from the get-go have helped make this possible and helped us get to this point where we're now even able to talk about having an app versus just having a website before. So
yeah, that's really impressive.
Thank you. So we're gonna talk about this piece that you shared. As of the last time we talked, you said it was untitled. So later down the line, I'll ask you if you have a title. Feel free to keep that anticipation. And if you don't have a title as well, it's fine.
I think I may have decided on one.
Or you've decided on the title, that's great. That sounds good.
Yeah. It was a tough battle between her and her.
Okay, so let's kick off the discussion. So obviously the first thing that I noticed, and I feel like most people would notice, is the whole inverted facial features. But then you kept the hair and the beard in the same position as it would be in a normal face. But it looks like there's an inverted place and there's still a beard over there, right?
Yeah.
Can you tell us what is the inspiration behind this certain choice of expression that you have?
I first got the idea the first time I came across an illusion effect a couple years ago, catcher effect. It was an older lady that had some features of the face inverted. It was supposed to play a trick on the mind, on the brain. Like, you look at the inverted face and it makes sense because some recognizable features had been flipped. So I wanted to work with the concept. There is a personal meaning to it. The upright external features are supposed to represent the external environment I am in. It's a different face when you look at the artwork from each. When you turn it upside down, it's a different face staring at you. And when you flip it the other way around, it's a different face. It's like sometimes I can't even tell which way I intended to be upright anymore. I can't tell which way is the right way up anymore.
I see. So this is more like an expression of your inner self. So the outward features, I see. So the hair and the beard are representing the outward features. Usually most people, the outward is, oh, I'm happy, everything is okay. But the inner features, the whole point of the flipped inverted thing could be the fact that whatever you're seeing on the outside could be flipped on the inside. Right?
Yeah, it's like the outside doesn't truly
capture
exactly what's on the inside. On the outside, we wear this coat of normalcy, recognizable features, having to act certain ways, be certain ways that are recognizable so that you fit in socially.
That is actually a very powerful message. So, another thing that kind of stands out is the fact that the man looks like he is, and I understand this is a soft portrait, so the green layer looks like a capsule that you're peering out of.
Yeah.
And it looks like the actual background, like the blue layer, is in front of the capsule, and someone is taking a picture of you through the capsule. So, what is the significance of that?
I needed a background that would express order while being able to contain chaos. It's like, you look at this, the first thing that strikes you is this inverted face that is confusing. Why is it inverted? It was the nature of the background. kind of suits the part of the brain that rewards symmetry and geometry. It kind of helps the brain come together to zone in on the part of conflict, the chaos, the face area. And apart from the geometry of it, it also helps it stand on its own, upright or downright. I don't even know if downright is a word, but whichever way you flip it, the background is symmetrical, whether it's upside, downside, left side, or right side. And the color of the background, I intently chose the green and the blue because they represent two parts of nature that I connect most with. It's like I'm a puppy water, as I have a water spirit. I love water. I'm almost always around water.
You love the water?
Oh yes, when I swim, when I'm swimming and I'm underwater, I feel like I wish I don't have to come out. It's very therapeutic for me. It's my favorite form of exercise and therapy. And it feels like that too when I'm around nature, whether it's a forest or like hike. I used to hike a lot, though my current state of employment doesn't allow me anymore.
I see. I like the fact that the self-portrait aspect of it is not just showing your face, but it's also showing other parts of you. So the part that enjoys the water and the part that enjoys the grass, that also play a part in this self-portrait photo. That's pretty good, actually. These are the things that we're trying to uncover here, because if you did not tell me this, I would never have known, right?
Yeah.
So that's part of what we're trying to do here. That's one of the reasons why these kind of discussions are so important, because everyone can interpret so much of what the artist is trying to do, but in the end, what the artist actually says they're trying to do is law, right? Like, everybody obviously still has their interpretation, but at the end of the day, we want to know what you, the creative who did this, actually was trying to portray. So thank you for sharing that with us.
Sure.
Okay, and I'm sure I'm not the only one you've shown this to. So what has been the overall reaction of people to this particular piece?
I have not posted the completed work online. I've actually been really shy of social media lately. And by lately, I mean like a year, a couple of years. I've been rarely posting. I got to a point where depressed feelings and stuff all got to me. I also went into creative rock. I mean, this is like my first original piece in like a year or two.
Oh wow! I hope you're feeling better now. I hope expressing yourself helped get through that creative block.
Oh yes, very much. Yeah, better place.
That's good to hear. We're really looking forward to more pieces from you.
This is the third self-portrait I've ever done. The first one never got completed. I lost it. It was my most ambitious work. I still miss it till today.
What happened to it?
I was working on it in a friend's house in Lagos. At the point I had to travel. I had left school at that time because I was having issues. It was really hard studying a course that was not related to my art practice.
I see.
It was like serving two masters at the same time. It was really hard. My mother would always say, I don't know if you might understand what it means, but like person that chases two things will not catch one.
I see.
Her persuasions were part of what encouraged me to struggle with completing my degree program as a radiographer. I mean, I don't regret that. I mean, I work as a radiographer and sonographer now. I've always been very curious about the world around me and the people. I mean, when I see things, I just want to understand them. I feel like I have this inner core drive to understand as much about everything and everyone as possible, like a holistic view.
That's so nice. And obviously, thank you for sharing that with us. We're happy that you were able to pull through, and of course, this piece shows that holistic thing. Is like, this is a self-portrait, but it's not only showing my outside, it's showing my inside, right? Just looking at it based off everything you've said, the inverted side shows your inside. The uninverted aspect of it, of like the head shape and everything, shows your outside. But then again, it also shows more with the fact that the colors actually mean something. It's like, well, this is a part of me that likes water. This is part of me that likes nature. So it's like a full-on self-portrait. So it's really been an honor that you decided to show us as one of the few people to see this. So we're really grateful for that. And we're also happy that you were able to pull through and the words of your mom came through and helped you, and you're in a better place. Like we're really happy that that's a thing, because again, you're doing great work and the world deserves to see it. So happy that you're out of the block.
Appreciate.
Thank you. Okay, so one other thing we wanted to know. So for achieving the inverted facial features, can you walk us through how you did that? What was the process?
I had to first take the pictures. I used the tripod stand with my phone. I used the mobile app to distort the facial features first. Then I combined both the upright features and the inverted features together, so that it gave me one image to work with. I wouldn't have to stress my eye.
I see. You used the mobile app to create the base of what you were going to do.
Oh yeah.
Going from there. That's pretty nice. It's funny how like technology helps us nowadays. Honestly.
Oh, it really does.
Right? It also makes you appreciate the artists from the past that used to do such amazing things without access to
resources. It's crazy.
Right?
Crazy. Yeah. It's actually one of the reasons why I've been really hesitant with dumping the traditional drawing method and going digital. The digital world is already so much so engraved into us that I like to disconnect once in a while. So if I was trying to go digital, the disconnect would be more difficult. Because when I'm drawing, I'm disconnected from everything. I could draw for hours and not think about social media, but it's therapeutic, really therapeutic.
I mean, that's pretty nice to hear. So it's therapeutic for you. I'm happy about that. So now down to the title. So you said you were thinking of a title. Can you unveil what that title should be?
The title is
I see. Just the expression
Yes.
Nice.
That's the look of the skeptic that you see when you impact the drawing. When you look at the drawing from the upright external view, it looks normal, docile, because the eye is near the middle of the face. When you look at it in the inverted facial features view, you're usually transfixed on the eye because it's the most recognizable feature. So it looks docile, but when you invert it, it's like with exclamation mark and question mark. I mean, it's not disagreeing, but it's not agreeing either. I like to collect every external information available without filter. Then I like to do my filtering inside, where only myself can filter according to my own personal value and belief system. It's why the skeptic face of me, I mean, I could have a little poker face taking in almost any information, but beneath the poker face, there's usually a lot going on.
That is true. So the title is, to be fair, that's like the first thing I feel like anyone who sees this image say, right? There's really going on here.
Yeah.
I guess all they need to do now is watch this video and they know what's going on.
I guess so.
Right? That's pretty good. Thank you for also sharing that with us. So one more thing that we did notice from our side here when we were compiling the questions. So the fact that you do have an achromatic style for just the person, but not the background, right? Like you already expressed to us what the background colors mean. So how come you still had an achromatic style for the human, the subject in there, the muse?
I have a very simple view of human beings and myself. I spent a good part of my life inside trying to understand myself to help me better understand others. It helped me have this comprehensive worldview growing up, I realized a lot of people have black and white perceptions of people and things. I noticed most people find it easier to assume that if this is not white, then it's black. But I always believed in all the shades in between the white and the black. I have always been curious about all the shades in between. I see so much of all the different shades of values in between black and white in human beings. I don't think anybody is bad, and I don't think anybody is good. Some people find it easier to categorize people as this person is a good person, I'll keep them close. That's a bad person. I feel like a lot of human beings are shaped by their experiences, nurture and nature, by the environment they grew up in. It's an undeniable aspect of the molding of the human being. A lot of things are just called the human condition. Some things can't just be helped. I roll and vibe with almost any kind of person. I use myself as an example. Most of the time, I try to keep the space around me judgment free and stress free for anybody that is around. But I know I still fall victim to a lot of the vices that comes with the human condition. As a result, because I don't judge myself harshly, I don't judge others harshly, I don't see people as black or white, and I've always loved working with those range of values in my work. Keeping it achromatic helps me manage the amount of information I take in. It's like my brain is this smartphone with a small RAM that can't take in so much information, even though it tries to in order to maintain the level of output it's working at. Because I have so little filter regarding the external information I take in, the only form of filter I can apply is toning away the colors, the flair. There's so much color and flair about people that it can be overwhelming to soak all of it in. I don't even know if I'm still making sense.
You're making sense. You're making
okay.
sense.
Okay. So that's why I've been always transfixed with the idea of working on achromatic portraits. Yeah, but I like colorful background because I appreciate the color and flair of nature.
I see. So you've actually even answered one of the questions I had, which was supposed to be how has your personal experience influenced this and your practice as a whole? And you basically just shared that whole point that you as a person, you don't see people as only black or only white.
Yeah.
Right. You don't see two sides of a coin. You see multiple.
Yeah, I like to see the in between.
Exactly. I'm happy that you shared that with us. And honestly, you do make a good point, right? A lot of human beings do tend to gravitate towards having either this is good or bad. Like usually most people can't see that two things can be true at the same time, or two things can be false at the same time. So people always look at it's like this versus opposite, but that's not necessarily what happens.
Exactly.
There's this different side to the coin that you don't see.
Yeah, I mean so much that we can't see. Exactly. And for some people, it's easier to filter out all those other info that they don't need, or that they will stress their brain.
Exactly. Thank you for sharing that with us. Okay, so I guess since you're now past that creative block that you had, what are your future plans for your artistic career? Because, like you said, you're working as a radiographer right now, so obviously time is kind of limited. What do you have planned going forward?
Going forward, I have visions of two parts. Like a part that is going to be personal to me. At the point in my career, I intend to find ways to incorporate my career and the part of me that is an artist into one. It's a part that I'm still working on now, probably towards consulting as an art therapist in the close future. Then the part of me that wants to make a career out of art, it's a part that I would need to work with a team to achieve. A team that is like-minded and has the passion or vision and talent in the different aspects required to make such. It's an idea that I've been working on for years, that complex art studios. It's supposed to be a body. The idea of the complex art studio is supposed to be a combination of different complexities, and by complexities I mean different artistic endeavors, like the way music studios employ and sign artists that they work with and have the marketing teams, the media teams, and all that. That's the level I intended to take my art career studio to. But part of the reasons why I even got depressed and went off social media at the time was I got tired of drawing and posting just for the like. I needed to take some time and find ways to do things a little bit differently. And I also realized that a good part of what I needed to be able to package the career the way it ought to be was funding. I was going to require sizable capital. It's part of why I had to carry along my career as a radiographer, but my career as an artist, despite the self-fulfillment it gives me, I am very good at creating what I do, but I am not the best person at marketing or promoting what I do. I think that was one of the greatest limiting factors to my ability to share my art. I have so much unshared art apart from my drawn portraits, like some body paintings and photography that I do on the side. Just a lot of unshared art. I have a couple of reasons, but I can't say which one is the main reason. Whether it's because I got tired of doing the same thing all the time, or whether it's because I can't afford to promote it the way I want, or maybe I'm just procrastinating. Maybe I'm just scared of something I don't know. Yeah, but I believe I'll figure myself out eventually. I decided to stall the idea of pushing the brand to be able to work on securing funds for capital. And I just want to focus on creating new works. One thing about my art actually at this point is that up until this point of working on myself, both figuratively and literally, my past body of work has been focused so much on breaking down and analyzing others. I have drawn hundreds of faces in my lifetime, but I've only drawn and finished myself once, and that's the old version of me that I have posted on my WhatsApp. I drew an aged version of myself. That's the only finished work of myself I have until this one. I intend to do a few more series of myself and some of my different faces, so to speak. So it's a phase of working on myself figuratively and literally.
Okay, that's good to hear. So I'm happy that you mentioned focusing on creating new work, because part of what we're trying to achieve here at Udocreatives is that, like, just allowing creatives to focus on their work while we handle everything else, right? So you mentioned how you're looking for a studio, you're looking for all this. The aim is to one day be able to say, okay, somebody is trying to get set up. We will come in and help you with that, get our marketing team to actually help you get some sort of studio or some sort of setup for you while you just focus on creating. Because this is one thing that we've noticed on other social media platforms, right? It's almost like everybody needs to be an influencer to be seen.
Oh, exactly.
Right? Everybody's trying to feed this almighty algorithm, and you can't be a creative like you want. It's like, well, I'm trying to paint, but the algorithm needs you to post a video every day.
Yeah, you know,
people to see my work.
But, I mean, that's crazy.
Right? And that's what we're trying to go against here. We're trying to basically make a certain community vibe where there's no pressure. So, for example, on the number of photos we can post on our platform, right, we limit it to 20 so that people are only focused on posting finished work. Each of your creative works can be discussed by the entire community. You can also start your own discussions. And we also have this feature that we added pretty recently, actually, called nuances, where the expectation is you're posting a video of your process. It doesn't stay in your feed. It's basically just a 7-day story. You post a glance, and for the next 7 days, that glance is there. So there's no pressure for you to post every day. You can also still decide to post every day. There's no restriction. You can also post an unlimited number of glances. What we're trying to do is we're trying to take away that whole pressure of having to become an influencer just for people to see your work. And that's something we're pretty proud of. We have this spotlight feature which just randomly shows creativity from different people, right? So even if you have 20,000 subscribers, or if you have 3 subscribers, the chances of you showing up on the spotlight page are the same, right? It's very randomized. So somebody will eventually see your work, and each time you go on the spotlight page, it gets refreshed. So that's why I was happy when you mentioned you're trying to focus on creativity, because that's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to make sure people focus on creativity and not have to become influencers just to be seen. We don't think that's a fair way of doing things. The spotlight section has multiple categories. So there's the post category, which shows your posts. Then there's the discussions category, which just shows discussions from multiple people. And then there's the glances category. So as you post a glance, people can also see that part of the spotlight. We want you guys to focus on creating and let us handle the audience.
Yeah, I like the sound of that. It's exciting to have access to such an opportunity because it's really been hard.
Exactly. And we know how difficult it is starting that creative journey. So we're trying to build a creative hub where if you have a question, you can just post it out there and there'll be thousands, eventually millions of people that will be able to respond to you using our discussion feature. And if you just want to say, hey guys, so I've been working on, you just put your glances feature and then post. Some people, you open their Instagram and they have 1,000 posts and you can't really see what their finished work is. What we've done here is that we've said, no, like your post, put your finished work on there, and then the process, you can make it a glance. That way people are seeing your final work. One thing I've noticed on other platforms is that people tend to post the same video over and over again. We don't want people to have to do that at all. So we're trying to combat against that. Okay, so based on what I've told you, and you've already seen our website before, what do you think about our platform as a whole?
Actually, what struck me first of all is the consistency and the persistence. I know it's been around for a while, and I appreciate and acknowledge the fact that the platform has remained persistent and consistent. I am really excited at the future prospects and possibilities. I'm hoping the platform gets bigger and better exposure as it deserves to.
Oh, thank you. Thanks so much.
Yeah. I appreciate it.
Thank you. That's great to hear. Is there anything you think we can do better?
Right off the top of my head at the moment, I can't think of anyone, but I will make sure to pass any information along.
Thank you.
Alright.
Thank you for taking the time to talk with us. This has been Pascal sharing his work called Thank you so much for sharing everything you've shared with us so far. It's really nice to be able to talk with people and actually know the mind behind the piece. It's a good thing to look at a piece and bring up your own translations, but it's also very nice to hear from the actual person that created it, what they were trying to portray. Thank you, Pascal.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much. All right. Have a great day.